I am resident of College for YouTube, Joel Sains. That is my buddy Patrick McCray. That is my buddy Alan Gallant. We're here to review the movie Can't Stop the Music, which stars the Village People. Let's see who else is in this thing. Yes.
No one else needs to be in this movie.
Steve Guttenberg, Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce, aka Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, at the time he's Bruce Jenner. Barbara Rush is in this. June Havoc, Tammy Grimes, Marlon Sokol.
Yes, she was a Broadway star who sort of did a lot of television later on.
Cool. When did you guys first see this movie?
Oh boy, probably on its cable run after its release. So probably about 1980, 81. Yeah.
I probably would have seen it maybe 82 VHS. At that point, I did not have cable, so we relied on VHS quite heavily in those years. So yeah, it was fairly early on. 82, 83, somewhere in there. I was in my wee 20s. And it was a Fantasia. I mean, after seeing, I saw most of those type of movies, from Saturday Night Fever to Thank God It's Friday, and all of these movies that were sort of urban musicals, I guess you'd call them. And this one was sort of a late comer, but I remember watching it. Sure. I watched it with a girlfriend I had at the time.
I first watched this today. Steve Guttenberg, I should say, more than for Police Academy.
Yes.
I will say the camera angles are really unique. They did a real good job with the cinematography and the choreography of this. Obviously, the Village People are in this. I do sort of wish, not that I'm starting the movie with Steve Guttenberg, I sort of do wish they would have started the movie more with the Village People out of their costume and sort of showed how the gimmick works from that angle. That's my only real complaint about this movie. From a storytelling standpoint, it made sense. The Village People being in costume, the Indian, the police officer and stuff, and to see the vocals and stuff and them work like parties and stuff was really interesting. Bruce Jenner's character, you sort of have to have a yin to the yang, somebody who starts off against it a bit. That made sense. I sort of wish they would have more kept him as an antagonist. But I get why they had him turn quickly. Sorry.
As Bruce Jenner?
Yeah, Bruce Jenner.
Yeah. Okay. As an antagonist.
I wish he would have been.
Yeah.
Trying to destroy the Village People?
He was.
That would have been a Paul Lynde role.
Yeah. Well, he comes to the party and he's curious about it, but then he gets disgusted with it and leave. Remember, and
or likes it a little too much.
Or
has to leave.
Right, but he does leave.
Yeah, locker room scene, huh?
Yeah, and he once he leaves, he sees the woman again. He goes, hey, I'm sorry. He tries to apologize. She goes, I don't feel it was forced. I do get why they turned his character around here, which made him more likable. By the way, for those who don't know, Bruce Jenner was a hell of an athlete, track star.
He was a pentathlon.
Yeah. I mean, he was for real, people. Google it.
Gold medalist.
Yep. Hell of an athlete. Amazing. But I don't think his acting skill is bad here. I mean,
it's not terrible. It suffices for the style of the movie, which is a fast-paced kind of musical, movie. That's what it is. It's a musical, and it's weird because I think if the Village People had been better actors, they would have tried to do a monkey style movie out of this, have them all,
yeah.
Doing that sort of thing, because there are bits and pieces of that. Let's get these guys famous,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. So
they put a lot of the acting onus on the wrong village person, which Rose, and he's okay. The two that I think had the most acting chops from what I know, Randy Jones, who's the cowboy, and who I've gotten to spend time with. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Looks just like Robert Goulet now.
He looked kind of like Robert Goulet then. I mean, a little
really
bit,
aged into it. I mean, he looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
And the other is David Hodo, who was the construction worker.
Yes.
And David Hodo had a lot of theatrical training before Jacques Morelli, aka Jack Morel.
Yes.
Jacques Morelli in real life came along and put together the Village People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the prefab casting? Yes.
I kind of wonder if you could have a Franklin Mint, Jacques Morelli, Bob Rafelson, set, or you have the monkeys versus the people.
Just a coin, heads and tails.
Yeah.
So.
Did they?
Well, I know who'd be tails. Anyway,
Here's a question for you guys: with stage acting, how much do they work on not just acting, but like dance choreography at all?
A lot.
It depends on the show. I mean, if it's a musical, they're at it all the time. In fact, there's probably more time spent on choreography, far more time than on acting.
Than on rehearsal. Yeah, acting rehearsal.
Yeah.
And also the Village People being the Village People, they were already used to doing a lot of choreography in their stage act by this time. Because they'd already been famous for a couple of years, I guess, at this time.
That's one of the sequences that works the least in the film, which is the liberation demo. Where, a film is under no obligation to be realistic, but it should be truthful. And since they're not visually appearing anywhere, just the idea that they're dancing at all is a little weird, and that is the thing that's throwing them off. It's like, well, guys, you don't have to be doing this. Was a bit odd. I feel like something got cut out.
Maybe.
Probably.
Something that would have made sense, that like we can't sing unless we dance, or something.
Something like Now, Joel, do you remember Rosie the Bounty paper towel lady?
No.
Have you seen episodes of McMillan and Wife?
No.
This is tough.
What about the TV show Rhoda?
No, I don't think so.
A woman by the name of Nancy Walker, who's like 4'6", and was a comedian early in her career and continued to still do that kind of work, but was also the housekeeper on McMillan and Wife, which was one of the NBC mystery movies where they would do it in rotation with several other shows, including Columbo and McCloud, I think, and then the Snoop sisters for a little while. But she was their housekeeper, and she was a wisecracking housekeeper because that was the character that she typically played. But she was also a pretty adept television director. But this was her only film that she ever directed. I think she threw her hands up and said, "I'm going back to TV."
I think so.
It's probably a lot of work. I mean, this would be hellacious work to try to put together a musical.
Now, what was Alan Carr thinking when he got her as the director? What was the qualification?
Maybe they were gossip pals, or maybe he admired her as a spunky female type, and they may have been good friends. He may have seen her work on television and decided that was okay, but she did not have any experience in doing musicals or working with choreographers. So,
I mean, other than the camera is a little conservative sometimes, saving everything for the editing.
Yes.
In the big number YMCA, excluding that, there's actually a fair degree of confidence.
Yes, I think she knew how to use camera. I think she definitely knew how to use camera and which lenses to use when and all of that sort of thing. So I think, I'm just supposing that she never did it again because it was a horrendous amount of work, like no sleep kind of work. No, it's competent work. She's not, she already had her competence built up as a director, so that's no problem. But this is an entirely different genre than she was used to doing. So, and musicals are a lot of work, especially when you're dealing with 100 people, and in some of those scenes there are damn near 100 people, either just acting or 60 of them on stage,
Yeah. Some development notes for you guys. Originally titled Disco Land, where the music never ends, Can't Stop the Music was fictionalized account of the formation of the Village People. So also the film's director, Nancy Walker, you guys mentioned her, a theater, film, and television star since the 1940s, had been nominated for 2 Tony Awards, 4 Golden Globes, and 8 Emmy Awards. Walker had guest starred as you guys call this Rhoda Morgenstern? Morgenstern. Let's see, in several episodes of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and continued that role in its spinoff, Rhoda. After establishing the character, Walker directed some episodes of both series, along with episodes of other sitcoms. Can't Stop the Music was her lone effort at theatrical film direction. Some casting for you guys. The film's supporting cast includes Tammy Grimes, Russell Nip Jr., Havoc, Altavis Davis, Jack Weston,
Altavis Davis,
and Lee Taylor Young. Cheetah Riviera, Pat AST were initially cast but dropped out of the film production. Can't Stop the Music was Bruce Jenner's film debut as Bruce Jenner, after becoming famous for 3 world record-setting performances in the decathlon and gold medal win at the 1976 Olympic Games. Impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he made the cover of Sport and Sports Illustrated magazine.
He was everywhere. He was everywhere.
Yeah, he was.
Line.
Yep.
And then he was on Chips.
Yeah, he did make the rounds for a while, attempting an acting career.
I always thought Bruce Jenner should have been more on like ESPN and stuff as an analyst because he was so good. I mean, Jesus.
As an Olympian, he would have been limited somewhat to track and field. But, He used to do Battle of the Network Stars. I remember that.
Whoa.
He used to. I mean, he was a commentator on a couple of them. I don't mean he actually competed. He would have blown everybody out of the water. But
shooting took place. Shooting took place at the MGM Studios in Culver City, California, with location shooting in New York City and San Francisco. Location shooting in New York was somewhat complicated by a blatant protest by gay activists over William Friedkin's film Cruising,
yes,
which starred Al Pacino.
And was not considered a gay-friendly film. It was using the gay lifestyle as the milieu for a series of murders. I think they were upset about that. So.
That's just craziness. Sometimes people take movies too seriously.
Oh well, I mean, it was early on in the movement too for gay rights, so they were a bit more sensitive, perhaps. Not a lot of positive depictions. This movie, positive depictions. Everybody's having a good time. It's it's not serious, but it's positive. So.
It's not serious. It's not meant to. That's the thing. It's a movie that's not meant to be
It's a musical. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's supposed to be fun.
Do you guys feel this movie lacks an antagonist, or?
I think really the obstacle is them getting famous, and
Yeah.
so they get stuck. Bruce Jenner's character's father is a stick in the mud.
Yeah.
His mother helps to save the day, and this other woman helps to save the day. Women play a very important protagonist role in this. And I don't think that's coincidental, because women were the most out front allies of gay men
Yeah.
at that time, and still today in a lot of respects. But so yeah, I mean, there's no Snidely Whiplash character here, but
Yeah.
again, keep it light.
So he would have been very popular.
Really. I'm the heterosexual villain.
The mustache and the whip. Table two.
Turns out he's BDSM all the way anyway.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's not the Whiplash. Let's see. Budget was 13.5, 20 million. Box office was 2 million.
It did not do well in the box office. I think it probably did better on VHS and cable.
Probably. It's still, it has a mysterious life. It has I think, as Anchor Bay did a crazy elaborate 2-disc set with multiple interview tracks and all sorts of other stuff. At the last minute, they halted its presentation and put out the most bare bones edition they could.
Oh wow!
And as of 5 or 6 years ago, the Village people themselves were still baffled as to what went on at the very last minute.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. One monkey wrench is all it takes sometimes in that kind of a process.
Well, it was one of the most anticipated sets of that year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. That's ridiculous. I mean, all the Village people are still going, I guess. I mean, there's some replacement members, but they're still going.
Well, and new Village people get transferred in.
Yes.
So it's more of a concept, like the Phantom.
Right.
Somehow,
now all of the original members are still alive except for one, right? The leather man,
Glenn Hughes.
Yeah, I think he passed away.
He did,
had lung cancer. But the rest of them were all. I find it incredible that they got so many real stars to be in this film. There are a lot of real stars in this film.
Well, I mean, so when the budgets, when the contract was going out, the movie was announced, Alan Carr had a gigantic hit with Grease.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday Night Fever had been a huge hit as well.
Correct.
The Village people were one of the biggest acts in the world because they managed to sort of maintain their identity, but still do happy, theatrical, fun, feel-good numbers.
Right.
And so, they were already well on their way to being someone with appeal for an unwitting heterosexual culture.
Right.
Of a pretty broad spectrum, from kids to the elderly. Those boys seem so fun. I wonder what village they live in.
It's true.
Perhaps it was the Shire. Yes.
It's what they smoke in the Shire.
Maybe it's where Pepperidge Farm is. So anyway, and so it seemed like Village People movies are natural. This is going to be a huge hit. Rocky Horror was still getting big, so if it did have a gay subtext, all the better.
Right.
And then bang, Kobayashi Maru.
Right, disco backlash. Yeah,
it did. I think the only thing. I mean, there's several issues with the movie. I think it tries a little too hard in certain places to engineer charm and chemistry, especially in and around Valerie Perrine, who I love.
She's absolutely adorable, but she has a thankless job with the script, I think, with some of the dialogue.
Yeah.
But also, Steve Guttenberg is also trying really hard throughout the entire film.
Yeah, he's selling the hell out of this material.
He reminds me of David Naughton in Making It, which came out the year before this film.
Yeah.
He's just a live wire, and more power to him, because it doesn't hurt, but it's clear that he's really been saddled with as much of the energy as he can possibly muster.
So Alan Carr's own, and Jewel, if you don't know anything about what Alan Carr looked like or was like, you need to look it up. Alan Carr's vision, which should inform some of this, was he referred to Steve Guttenberg as the Jewish John Travolta.
Yes.
So, which is what we both called Jewel a number of times, much to his
it's true. It's close.
So that's what they were sort of forcing Gutenberg into. And I mean, he was exhausted. He just invented the Bible, and now this.
Yeah. Poor Steve.
Gutenberg is rather best for work.
Waka waka.
Yeah, but he would hit it big with Police Academy. I mean,
oh, absolutely. He's had a good career. He's had a very nice career.
So he rebounded it nicely.
Yeah. I mean, everybody in this film made money at some point. It just wasn't on this film necessarily. But there were a lot of successful careers here and there. Unbelievable. Tammy Grimes, of course, was like total Broadway. She was an ally from way back. And she was also the mother of Amanda Plummer, who at this point was like probably 20 years old or something like that, 18 or 20 years old. So she had a big theater career. She had a television show called The Tammy Grimes Show in the 60s, but was best known for stage work, and had done TV and a few films here and there. And she has this affected British dialect. She's from Massachusetts. And for some reason, somewhere along the line, some theatrical mentor she had that she decided to emulate, she, throughout her life, adopted this sort of pseudo-British stage dialect and talked that way all the time. She always talked that way. So she was known for it. I think probably the most famous role that she did on Broadway was the unsinkable Molly Brown, the original production before they made it into a film. And she also did High Spirits, which was the musical version of one of Noel Coward's plays. What was it? That title's going away. Anyway, she was known for musical theater. She did straight theater. She did comedies mostly as well. But she was very, very well thought of, very adept at stage work. And she's very good in this film. She's very kind of over-the-top darling, that kind of thing. And she's this sort of fashion agency person, and she plays the role very well.
I think that's the thing. Like, the enthusiasm in the movie is great. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, it's a musical. It's electric. I mean, you really have to be live wire about this stuff, and it's a heightened reality. Everything is heightened, and that's the attraction for a lot of performers in musical theater. I work in musical theater all the time now, not as a performer, but as as support technician, etc. But it's the attraction there is to be able to be bigger than life for a lot of performers. And if you're good at it, you get amazing rewards from your audience and your peers and everything else. So that's what it is.
Here's a question for you guys. For singing like on stage and stuff like this, is it harder to sing alone or with somebody that you have to like time with? Or
it depends on the song. If it's Sondheim, it's hard either way. Sondheim's very challenging, but I would say overall, again, it depends on the song. But doing complex harmonies with others is really challenging. and takes a good amount of practice and a good ear. You have to have a cultivated ear to do it. Whereas not all solos are particularly challenging, and you've just got to worry about the melody, not the harmony. But it can go the other way too. So,
let's see. What do you guys give this movie? Scale 1 to 10.
That's a really fascinating question because it kind of defies some of those things. I mean, okay, so let's talk Turkey as a movie. Let's pretend that it doesn't have some of the more sensational elements that it does, that are just bulletproof,
right.
So if we're looking at it as a movie, it's pretty well shot. It's very poorly written. In that, there's almost no climax. You have to be paying attention to understand what these different things mean. And we keep going from a party that will make your career to a party that will make your career.
Yeah.
And so it becomes kind of monotonous on level a little bit. So on that level, I have to give it a pretty poor rating. It makes actors who are not necessarily the world's greatest uniformly work harder than they need to. But there are other types of scripts that would actually, hide some of their shortcomings as performers.
Right.
Now, having said that, there is a bonkers, hell's a poppin' energy to this thing.
Yeah.
It is in a good mood. It is happy to be made. They are happy to make it. They seem like they're having a good time. It has outrageously bizarre images like Bruce Jenner in that crop top.
Yeah.
And things like that. So, probably if I had to put it together, if I talked about two different types of films there, one would get a 5, the other would get a 2. That gives us a 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Alan?
Yeah, Alan Carr's script is terrible. It fucking sucks. He spent his wad on previous films tinkering with scripts. This one, I know it's a co-write, but I have a feeling that he did a lot of the final decision making, being the top producer that he was at the time. I mean, he was God among producers at this point in his career. Not so much after this movie, but still pretty powerful. So yeah, it's really the script's work that is really lacking here. The energy and commitment of most of the actors is laudable, considering that. Valerie Perrine still insists to this day. God bless her. She's housebound now. She basically can't move anymore because of Parkinson's. But she still gives interviews and is still, mentally vital and everything else. Her whole world basically is now in this apartment that she's in, this house. But she has claimed for years that this movie killed her career. And, okay. I don't see why it should have, but I also know the fickleness of Hollywood, and that, yes, it probably did in terms of, fickle casting agents and producers and things like that saying, oh, she's radioactive, that kind of thing. It's nonsense.
I don't know, Alan, because here's the thing. People would have had to have seen it.
No, the producers only had to hear about it.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I think that should help someone's career. It's like, man, you suffered through this.
Yeah, really.
Come on over. You're a Marine.
I never heard a thing about her being difficult to work with either, ever.
So,
Michael Caine did Jaws 4 and had a career after it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's true. But did Jaws 4 make money? I bet it did.
You've seen that, right?
God, yes.
Okay. I'll give.
I don't know why I came back after Jaws 3D, but
what sort of shark wouldn't want revenge against the widow of the man who killed it?
No, that's true. That's true. I'll give this movie a 6.25. I think from an energy standpoint,
That's
it's
a little precise there, Joel.
6.25.
six and
Yeah.
a quarter. Now, I think from an energy standpoint, it's really it makes you want to watch it in a lot of ways. I do think if they would have gave this movie a more of a heavy antagonist, the energy would have even made more sense, and the urge to sort of fight to okay, yeah, you want to be famous, but here's what you got to overcome.
But
Because
you
then,
still have to have somebody that can write a script and put words
yeah,
in their mouth.
yeah, I
And
think
that's the real problem with this.
yeah. What's the guy's name? Carr or something?
Alan Carr.
Alan Carr's mistake is one not adding a credible because I do think you have credible protagonist. You don't have a credible antagonist, a main heavy who is trying to stop the music.
Well, I'll
And if
accept
you
that argument might work with,
and
like,
if you
again,
would
as
if
long as you've got a
you
good script.
right, if you
Absolutely.
have that, you have a good script because you need a heel to have a good script, and you don't have one.
They should have cast Paul Williams as the heel, right? Because
He
they'd
would've been
already
great.
done one, right?
He would have been great.
I would no. You have you have Bruce Jenner in your movie. Make his father, who's ahead of the studio, the music studio, against the music.
Yeah, and then his mother and her friend comes in
Yeah,
and saves
you
the day, and
have
it's a little bit more
right,
contrasted. Yeah,
right. It's more complex for him to choose a side, and then you got all this other stuff going on. The energy makes more sense. The energy in this movie is fantastic. The choreography, the way the movie shot is great. From a work ethic standpoint, everybody busted their ass. But like you guys said, the script is it good? No, it's not because there's no heel. You
There's no heel and there's no deal. I mean,
that's it.
it's difficult. The strength of the the climax and the denouement is also kind of
Yeah,
killed by the script.
yeah,
So
yeah. Really interesting film. Really interesting movie. This has been a lot of fun to discuss. You guys got anything to add before we go?
more glitter, more disco balls,
Yeah. I would
two big
say,
ones.
Joel, I think you're right. I think a movie that this probably, if you could somehow send movies back in time to be
Yeah.
viewed by producers, so they would have a basis of comparison. To look at this in Spice World,
Yeah,
and Spice World has does have an antagonist.
yeah,
And I think you're right. I mean, Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. The antagonist is
Phantom.
in the title.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anthony Zerbe.
yeah. That's the thing. Like, and I've seen Spice World too. You're right. That's why that cider worked. The Spice Girls were at their peak. They put a believable antagonist. You have to have that in any movie that you make, especially a movie that has high energy, because what's causing the high energy? Not just your excitement, but now you have to overcome something.
Yeah.
Sure.
Audiences want to see you overcome obstacles.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the dramatic element is the obstacle, is the resistance to the goal. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's something this movie it clearly lacks. But do I appreciate what they're doing in this movie? Yeah, in every way. I think I appreciate the cast's energy. They're excited. They're legit because that's the thing. You cannot fake this much excitement as hard as you try, and they are not
They're
faking
pros.
it.
They're being pros. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and the set designs are pretty. I think there's some set designs for the buildings. I think I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff, and there's
Yeah.
also location shooting
Yeah,
that really adds to it.
There's heavy location.
New York in the '70s, man, because
Yeah.
it really is a '70s movie.
Yeah.
Is something else. It's so totally unique, and this is pre-AIDS too. So there's a lot of joy in this being sort of a gay fantasia. There's a lot of joy in it.
Yeah, they do a really good job. I think from from an energy. Speaking of energy,
love it.
but
Thumbs up.
that is link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Daybook about is going to be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel.
I've got a new one. Please watch it.
Yeah, he's got a brand new video up, and he's got some postcards to show you that are awesome. Alan Gallant's got a brand new video. Link's going to be in the description box. Collins Port After Dark. Go check out my buddy Alan Gallant. Really, really cool. Have you guys ever seen the movie House?
Yeah. Well, which one? Like Hozu?
The horror one, the 1980s horror.
Well, they're both. Yeah, you're talking about the American.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, what do you think about it?
So it's okay.
It's okay. Okay, I won't make you review it.
Well, I'd be happy to watch it and talk about it. If that's your way of saying that's our next project, I'm all for it.
Yeah, we haven't done a horror film in a while. So,
that's our next project. Yes.
Right.
Well, when are we doing?
Oh goodness.
It had nothing to do with it.
We'll do. Is tomorrow at 11 too late?
I can do it.
should be all right.
All right.
Be all right.
I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 11. Take care. Have a safe night. I'll send you the movie.
Cool.
But this was a fun discussion, guys.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Joel.
Have a good night.
You too.